Hello and welcome to some more Star Citizen. With Alpha 3.21 and CitizenCon on the horizon, I wanted to talk about some stuff that might come after that. More specifically, could we see Alpha 4.0, Pyro, jump points, or server meshing by the end of the year? Too long didn't watch? It's possible. I have been expecting Pyro by the end of the year since 2021, probably 2020. But yeah, definitely 2021, 2022. I was like, yeah, I'm pretty sure Pyro's going to be coming in. It's time now, though. By all accounts, Pyro is super close to release. But that doesn't tell us anything concrete. We can look at the roadmap, we can look at the monthly reports, we can look at all of that stuff. And yes, it looks like a load of work has been done on those features, and they are pushing ever closer to release. And a lot of those things are being finalized now. But again, nothing concrete. And we're not going to have much concrete here. We're going to talk about lots of stuff that may point to it, and it feels like it's right. So when I say it's possible as well, what I mean is that we could have some or all of it in testing by the end of the year, in at least a preview or EVA-CAR-T build. Hopefully something a bit more than that. So hopefully something, preview build or first wave PTU, something like that. There were a load of rumors earlier in the year that CIG had planned to have Alpha 4.0 in testing by the end of the year. This was from potentially leaked CIG emails from like Erin and Chris. None of this sort of stuff is 100% confirmed. It's leaks, take it with a pinch of salt. These plans also, even if they were accurate, may have changed. But there's been a lot of mixed and confusing messaging and leaks about this subject as well. So 4.0, yeah, it's coming out by the end of the year. No, it's not. It's going to be 3.21.x. It's going to be 3.22. I do think it's quite possible that CIG are still trying to push for some form of testing for 4.0 though. Let's look at a little bit of evidence and some indicators at the very least. There was Chris Roberts earlier in the year at a Shanghai bar citizen responding to a question about what we can expect from Alpha 4.0. He said, "We're holding a lot of details about 4.0 till CitizenCon, since CitizenCon will be mainly focused on core things in 4.0 as well as some other things. However, 4.0 will definitely include the first version of server meshing as well as travel to other systems and other things too, but I think Tyler or Jared will shoot me if I say too much." Actually, something else Chris said recently in an uncharacteristic reply on the Spectrum forums to Terada, a content creator, there is a lot of great tech and features that we're bringing into Star Citizen from Squadron 42 that will dramatically change the feel and polish of Star Citizen. He goes on to say, "The plan has to always been this work into Star Citizen. Squadron 42 was just a good way for us to focus and really polish the feel and usability without the pressure of maintaining the functionality as we iterated on it for the always live environment of the persistent universe. We've now hit an inflection point in Squadron 42's development that allows us to start bringing this work into Star Citizen in the near future. I'm very excited for CitizenCon, as we'll be sharing a lot of these features and more. It will be great in front of a live crowd and spending time with the community in person. It's been 4 years since the last in-person CitizenCon." So there's loads of these features and a lot of work that's been going on in Star Citizen obviously for many years now. The key term there that I want to draw people's attention to is the inflection point, sort of the graph going up now. This is bringing more features into the game more rapidly, but we know that Cloud Imperium is all systems go with prioritizing Pyro and server meshing. Other than getting Squadron 42 out the door, Pyro and server meshing, that is the next highest priority to CIG. To me, it looks like all of this stuff is geared together. They're literally trying to improve a load of Star Citizen's sort of quality of life and bring over a load of Squadron 42 features, but also get Pyro and server meshing in. It is almost certainly very close in any way we look at it, whether it's going to be at the end of the year, whether it's going to be sort of early next year, that sort of thing. Star Citizen Alpha 3.21 has new jump point locations for all of the jump point connections in the Stanton system, so to Pyro, to Magnus, and to Terra. Cloud Imperium getting these areas ready, to me anyway, suggests that they are prepping for Pyro and jump points. The only thing missing here is an actual live active jump point itself, but these areas have functional stations as well as all the facilities that you'd expect that you might need at a space station before traveling to Pyro. From medical facilities to all your cargo needs, pretty much everything you need. I'm not sure if the medical facilities were working last time I checked. It's very likely that these sort of points of interest are going to be used at CitizenCon this year. That's my expectation. And we'll probably see a load of Pyro and points of interest and all that sort of stuff at CitizenCon. Let's talk about CitizenCon. CitizenCon, there's Pyro theme. There's a big Pyro theme here. There is a section of the show floor that's now recently been revealed as Welcome to Pyro, with a load of PCs set up there, presumably for attendees to use. We don't know if they're going to be playing a Pyro build or 4.0 or something like that, but all signs point to that. Some people have suggested that maybe it's going to be Theatres of War again, or a Pyro-themed experimental mode or mission or something. That said, sort of CitizenCons for the last few years have been very Pyro and 4.0 orientated, with Journey to 4.0, The Road to Pyro, things like that. Chop and change those titles as you will. The replication layer, however, is being added during the 3.21 cycle. So we're just about to hit 3.21. That's going to be going live around CitizenCon 3.21. Now, the replication layer won't be in that live build immediately. It's going to be part of a preview build and be phased into 3.21 in a 3.21.x patch. Basically, the preview build is similar to the way they do PTUs, so the sort of test patches, but it's going to be a direct mirror of the current live build, and with this case, the added feature of replication layer stuck in. So the replication layer separates the client, the servers, and other services. The client then talks to the replication layer, the server talks to the replication layer, and the replication layer relays state changes between the two that are important. The only thing required for static server meshing then is to plug multiple servers into the replication layer, because otherwise it's pretty much ready to go. The shards and everything like that should be fully functional with the replication layer then added, and bam, you add a load of servers and then define what area that each of the servers controls on the shard, and you have server meshing. At least static server meshing, which is what we're talking about here. Dynamic server meshing is a whole other kettle of fish. That's going to be a long, long time. That's going to be a few years, almost certainly, before that's in-game, unless they've got some sort of breakthrough there, where they go, this is an object container. The object container can spin up or down a server based on population of the nearby area. So this could mean a load of different ships in a battle could all be their own servers, then communicating with the replication layer. The replication layer is the beating heart of server meshing and the shard. And the new preview builds could be run straight after the replication layer is sort of active in the live build, with Pyro and or server meshing in that build. On the roadmap and monthly reports that Cloud Imperium have been putting out over the last few months, it looks like the work on Pyro is really wrapping up as well. Now, it could be that they're obscuring some of this due to CitizenCon, but also could be and looks like that Pyro is almost ready for prime time. The only thing I could find left on Pyro on the roadmap tracker is Pyro space stations, which look to have their current spate of work completed early November. The roadmap tracker, though, not the most perfect form of information we get from Star Citizen and Cloud Imperium, and there's often changes and a bit of desync with that. Also, doesn't necessarily mean there isn't a ton more work to do on a particular feature when it's there, and the fact that there's a lack of stuff for Pyro does not mean necessarily that Pyro work is completed on anything. The monthly reports have been full of terms, though, like finishing touches, finishing off, all related to Pyro features, as well as implementing things that are normally the last to get implemented before a live release. So things like particular parts of VFX and UI for airlocks, loads of things. And there's been tons of work on mission content, as well as points of interest and expanded reputation system, tons more gameplay, some of it focused purely on Pyro, but a lot of it more generalized to give Pyro and Stanton more interest together. Tons and tons of work going on to the Hull C and cargo and the economy. In fact, something that was mentioned in the latest monthly report was the economy team have set up 3 jump point stations to provide the Hull C and other cargo ships with additional trade routes. They also worked on rebalancing commodity trading in Stanton and Pyro as part of a larger initiative to improve the gameplay experience for haulers and traders. That is a type of gameplay that works really well between two systems: cargo and trade. There's going to be loads of missions that start and end in Pyro or Stanton and take you between the two, as like you have to take out a load of bounties or whatever, and maybe bounty hunting will really take you into Pyro loads and stuff like that. But actual reasons to sandbox travel between the systems, it's going to be mining, it's going to be salvage, it's going to be cargo hauling. Obviously, there's loads more gameplay that can occur, but we don't have all of the features that Star Citizen has to offer yet. Now, it's quite possible and very likely that some of these features will go into testing before others. I could see Pyro and server meshing being tested separately. Cloud Imperium don't want to have another issue as well, where the live patch is broken, like they did with persistent energy streaming and 3.18, but things like the preview builds allow for server meshing, allow for Pyro to be tested on a system that is much closer to a live build without breaking the live servers. So my hope is that all the indicators of 4.0 and Pyro focused CitizenCon stuff and all the work on the roadmap, it looks like we're going to see something for 4.0 or server meshing Pyro by the end of the year that's going to be suitable for testing. But we are at the whims of game development, and we know that there's constantly been delays to Star Citizen on various forms. It is going to be, if it is ready to be tested by then they will test it. I do think there is a good chance that we will see something by the end of the year, though, and I am excited for that. I thought it was worth presenting you with a little bit of what's been going on and some evidence to suggest that it might be happening, but we don't know until it happens. I am really interested to know what you think. Do you think we will see something server meshing or Pyro related in our hands to be tested, even if that's just Evocati, even if that's just a preview build, even if that's just a limited PTU by the end of the year? Or do you think there's no way, maybe early or mid of next year we might see something? Or do you think Pyro's actually much further out because they want to have server meshing in a really good state and Pyro in a really good state, and there's no way it's even going to be sort of tested until the end of next year? Do you think we're going to see some impressive stuff with Pyro at CitizenCon this year, and it's going to be in our hands in the near future after they show us? It's going to be like, this stuff's going to be in your hands soon? Are they going to be actually playing a Pyro build at CitizenCon for the attendees there? Whatever your thoughts, I'd love to hear from you in the comments below. What the hell are you? It's nordvpn.com/BoredGamer, enabling you to minimize your presence on the internet, almost like a cloaking device. It also allows you to hunt out the best TV and movies and shopping deals by changing your region. It prevents big internet from gathering and using your personal data. There's even a data breach scanner and meshnet for your own remote private network included. When Zin asked, what's the Predator movie got to do with NordVPN or CitizenCon or Star Citizen, I said, what's any of our NordVPN ads got to do with anything? Grab yourself NordVPN in the links below for a seamless, secure internet experience. Every month we have a Star Citizen ship giveaway. For October 2023, we are giving away a Constellation Phoenix. This luxury multi-crew ship can be used as a mission runner, an explorer, a base of operations, and more. It comes with a luxury P-72 Archimedes snub, as well as the Lynx rover, allowing you to have on and off planet excursions. Just comment on any of my videos made during the month to be in for a chance of winning that. This is the bit of the video where I appeal to you to try and join the channel memberships and give us money. We have a load of you that are Patreons or have become YouTube channel members with the join button under my videos, and that goes a huge way in helping the channel and enabling us to make daily Star Citizen news entertainment. But there are a load of other ways to help us: liking, commenting, sharing these videos. That helps the channel grow. Thank you for watching to the end. Please get involved in the comments section, and I hope you have a great October.